Hey everyone, welcome to another GoGoMuffin guide, and today we will be taking a look at the Day 1 Progression and Beginner's Guide. As you can see, I'm level 26, and this is where the soft cap is going to be for your Day 1, okay? Most people are going to be stuck here until they reach level 28, which is then when the next area will unlock to push the next EXP stage. But I'm going to tell you how to get there as efficiently as possible and some of the things you need to watch out along the way. Well, first things first, make sure that you actually follow the initial tutorial to understand the game mechanic, understand your active skills, your passives, and how they work. Alongside going through the rookie trials, your day 1, essentially the goals are listed out here. Complete all of them, get all of the rewards, and then you can wait for day 2. This is the most important part that you should be following because it gauges how far you should be progressing. Now, there's also the journal to track your progression and make sure you collect all of these resources because they are important. And speaking of resources, you've got your stellar right? But don't use them, all of them, on the skills unless you are a heavy spender, because what you want to do is essentially only use the tickets here and save these precious resources. Later on, there will be events where you'll be pulling more than usual, so it's important for you to have a stash ready, okay? And you also want to pull on the melomons, which unlocks a level 30 that gives you quite a significant boost in comparison to, for example, the skills in some pre-level 30 upgrades. So that's the important part. Now, make sure for the trials you do one level of the level 18 rift in the plains, and then after that save all of your stamina to go into the forest ones. This will give you a lot more upgrades and you will reach level 23 and be able to clear this very easily on day 1. So don't waste all of your stamina there, but don't let it overcap. That's why you do one rift and then the rest dump it on the forest boss. Do your dragon bounty, and for the trials it's a bit difficult. I've only done trial 1. For the tanks, there's about 400 defense needed, and then for trial 2, it's about 700, okay? So you're probably not going to be able to do this unless you're a mega whale on day 1. Join a guild, that's very, very important, and water your plants, your guild plants, at least 3 times a day. It's going to cost some of these premium currencies, but 3 times a day is really, really beneficial, and you get some nice rewards. And for the rest of the time, you will just be spent pushing, and make sure you find a human challenger to join your journey. As you can see, I have an alt account that I have with me on this journey. And the reason why you do that is because you gain player as a companion boost, right? 5% EXP and 5% gold. This is quite important because this will give you a ton of resources. So make sure you get that going. Now, looking at your gears, early on, especially as you're pushing through the progression, before you unlock the upgrades for your rift, you can just put whatever, the highest rarity, and keep dupes and advance them as much as you can. That's essentially what you do until you can start crafting some of these higher level gears, and I'll make a follow-up guide. It's basically the dungeon system once we reach that, but until then, just equip what you have and then upgrade them. These will carry over, so even if you get a better piece of gear, you can just put it on and it'll keep the tiers, it'll keep the upgrades as well if it's in the same category. Okay, so that's also very important. Now, as you're pushing, damage is also very important, but you do have some survivability skills as the character. So you can see I've got a healer with healing touch, and I've got a warrior with a shield, and the rest are just going to be pure DPS. And make sure you check in the red dots because sometimes it tells you, oh, look, you can upgrade your skills. That's going to be very, very important as you're pushing through. And make sure you save your presets because every time you go into the rift or the trial, it's going to use some different skills. So make sure that you use the presets available to you and equip the right ones. Now, looking at the camp, we talked about it. In the store, you need to get these 6 items every single day. These are the most important items that you want to get, and they're so crucial in progressing further. Now, in terms of the other 2, I will come up with a guide later on as well. And there is also the event. Make sure that you check in this event, and you can click on auto start to save you some time. And as you're going through the event, you'll get some really, really nice goodies. Now, in terms of the gift shop that you want to get some of these pulls as well as the pet ones. The pet ones are the most important, but personally, I would get all of the pulls and then all of the resources, especially the Celerite. You can also get some dye if that's what you want, but that's later on as well. So all in all, there's loads of things to do on day one, but in about 2 to 3 hours time, you should be able to clear everything and just log in about, I would say, for 20 minutes before your first day expires to clear up the rest of what you need to do for day one. So hopefully this beginner's guide has been helpful for you, and thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next guide. Goodbye now.